Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. Today's video is on a specific request from one of the viewers who had requested that I should make a video about the Bhrigu Bindu and what it means in all the 12 houses, which means if you have the Bhrigu Bindu in the first house, then what it means, which is the area of life which you need to focus on, and what is its manifestation, and similarly for the second house, third house, and so on. Now this is a very exhaustive topic, and it's not an easy thing to just identify the Bhrigu Bindu and identify what it manifests. It needs a deeper understanding of what it means in your respective horoscope. A Bhrigu Bindu in one house for one person could be different from the meaning of the Bhrigu Bindu in the same house but for some other person. This is also related to what nakshatra the Bhrigu Bindu is in, what house it is in definitely, but also where the lord of the house is placed and what sign it is. Say for example, the first house for an Aries ascendant would have the Aries energies, but the first house for a Taurus person would have Taurus energies and not the Aries energies. So for a Bhrigu Bindu to be rightly manifested, you should not only look at what houses the Bhrigu Bindu is in, but also what sign energies are being put forth, then which nakshatra it is in, and also where the lord of that particular house is placed, because that is connecting the Bhrigu Bindu, the service of the Bhrigu Bindu to the attributes of that particular house as well. So those connections are very important. Now I can't bring in all the flavors for all the 12 houses in one video, but I thought a snapshot of what the Bhrigu Bindu is in all the 12 houses would be a good start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 3 or 4 areas for each of the houses if the Bhrigu Bindu is in that house and what it means. However, I will come back with a separate video about Bhrigu Bindu on each of the houses with a more elaborate video and what it means, where, how the different connections would mean, with some connections with different houses and few different nakshatras. So first let us deep dive into what the Bhrigu Bindu is, but for a more elaborate one, please go back to my video which I have already made on what the Bhrigu Bindu means and how do you calculate where the Bhrigu Bindu specifically in your horoscope is. Today we will talk in generic levels what Bhrigu Bindu is. I don't want to make another complete entire video on elaborate meanings of the Bhrigu Bindu. I have already made a video on this. You can check out, I will be giving the links of that particular video and how to calculate it in the description box of this video. You can check that out also. So today's video is a snapshot of what the Bhrigu Bindu means in all the 12 houses. So my request to you is, when you see this video, please also see the other 2 videos I have made on Bhrigu Bindu and look at the snapshot that I am giving about the Bhrigu Bindu for your respective house out of the 12 houses, and then do a deeper dive of what the Bhrigu Bindu actually means, because each house has many areas of life which are contained within it. So for example, the 9th house has things connected to, or areas of life connected to your father, to gurus, higher learning, long journeys, dealing with people from different cultures, freedom, adventurism, which the Sagittarius energies define, and many such things. It includes being religious, being spiritual, also talks about faith and belief, which could be different from your religious beliefs, and many others. So it's, unless you deep dive and understand what nakshatra it is in, what degree it is in, what pada of the nakshatra it is in, and also which sign it is going into the Navmansh, only then can you really understand how the Bhrigu Bindu is manifesting in your respective horoscope. So why I am giving you a detailed description of what the Bhrigu Bindu is before you get into the snapshot is, I don't want you to pick up just one thing from the snapshot I present, basis where Bhrigu Bindu is in your house, and take that as your Bhrigu Bindu and then try to work in that area or in that direction, because then it could be a erroneous manifestation of your Bhrigu Bindu, and I don't want you to do that. Bhrigu Bindu is a very important component of our lives. This is something that we really have to do. That's one action that you absolutely have to do, or to serve in this current life of ours, apart from the other things, and so it is a part of the prarabdha karma given to us in this life, and you can't avoid it. A lot of people who don't work in the direction of the Bhrigu Bindu will find added karma, added prarabdha karma on them, which gets added to the sanchita karma, and you're just taking that burden forward, and that is not good. The life that is given to us is to work on the prarabdha karma, add good karma, shed bad karma, shed the karmic debt we are carrying, and hence it is important that you also understand Bhrigu Bindu from the relationship perspective. If Bhrigu Bindu is in the 4th house, then mother comes into the picture. If Bhrigu Bindu is in the 5th house, children come into the picture. If Bhrigu Bindu is in the 11th house, general society, friends, elder sibling comes into the picture. If it is the 3rd house, younger sibling comes into the picture, your neighbors come into the picture. So all these areas you need to calculate and then manifest what your Bhrigu Bindu is related to. The Bhrigu Bindu can be related to a relationship, or Bhrigu Bindu can be related to an action. But overall, the Bhrigu Bindu is not only about actions that you do regarding a certain area of your life or certain relationship. It is about your whole demeanor, your attitude, and also attached to your faith system, your belief system, and how you look at your life overall, and not just as a life of materialism. Because as I have said in many of the videos earlier, this life is not for us. The whole purpose of a life is to serve humanity, and through serving humanity, serving the supreme being, supreme energy, and through various experiences that we live, through that we realize ourselves, and through our contribution through this life and hundreds and thousands of billions of lives, gathering all the experiences and self-realization and adding to the overall self-realization of the supreme energy. So that is the supreme goal that has been given to all of us, and the Bhrigu Bindu is one important step in that direction. So it's important that we get it right, otherwise that one important action that we need to do will be missed out. The other thing is that the faith and belief and the attitude of the Bhrigu Bindu is also related to the overall karma that we have in this life, and that's why if you understand your Bhrigu Bindu very well, if you understand the energy is getting connected to the Bhrigu Bindu very well, you understand the nakshatra it is placed in very well, you understand the manifestation where you need to work very well, then you can also understand various other areas of your karma which you can also help, and help through that help the soul elevate. So I've tried to keep a short and sweet description of what it means. As I said, it's a very exhaustive topic. The earlier videos which I made are also pretty exhaustive, but they'll give you a fair idea of what it is. Today's video will give you some idea of where or what area of life you should focus on basis where your Bhrigu Bindu is. So without wasting too much time, let's deep dive into, and let's start with the 1st house. The 1st house is one of the very important placements for the Bhrigu Bindu. What it means is, now it is not just one area of your life, it is about your entire life. And if your Bhrigu Bindu gets placed in the 1st house, then it's very important for you to understand how you will live out the entire life. Your whole life should be dedicated to service, to helping others, finding one thing which you feel an attachment to, your heart feels attached to, and working in that direction. Not choosing that area at random, but asking yourself, where does your heart really feel attached to? What gives you true happiness? Whose service does your heart give true happiness to you, and work in that direction, but after identifying where your Bhrigu Bindu is. So it's about whole life being dedicated to service. However, the other thing it also means is that there is also a duty or responsibility for self, and Bhrigu Bindu is not only about others, it is also about when you need to work on self. Sometimes if you have led a very troubled life, you have not carried your faith along, you have not carried your beliefs along, you have not been ethical in your demeanor, you have not walked the ethical path, then sometimes the Bhrigu Bindu in the Lagna says that your whole life it should not only be dedicated to service, but the service is also to self, not for materialism, but a lot of it is to give up the old karma, the old habit, the old baggage that you are carrying. So one of the important things when you have Bhrigu Bindu in the 1st house is to learn to forgive. Forgiving others, not carrying the emotional baggage, and carrying a life of ethical conduct, being morally right, living a principled life is very critical to the Lagna. Now the same thing to an extent is related to the 2nd house also. What is the 2nd house? The 2nd house is the house of food, family values. What is the early education you grew up with? what were the principles of the family that you grew up to become an adult, then you evolve your own set of beliefs. It is also the house of language. And so if your Bhrigu Bindu is placed there, so at a very, very generic level, it is about feeding the poor people, helping somebody to earn their own living, and through that feeding themselves and also feeding their family. It is also about leading a principled life of values, but also leaving a legacy behind that people can look up to you and follow your path. And this is more important to how you come across to your immediate family, because the second house is also your family. So leading a life of ethical and moral conduct, leading a principled life, taking forward the principles and what your family stands for, what your tribe stands for, is about Bhrigu Bindu in the second house. So whatever good that your family represents, taking that forward, and in that being somebody who's principled, who's cultured and believes in that and does your duty, feeds the poor people, that is where the Bhrigu Bindu is. However, as I said earlier, there are many other manifestations of the second house and the other houses. A more elaborate video about each will follow later. What is the third house about? The third house is about short journeys, it's about marketing, it's also about how you brand yourself. But the third house is also about communication. So your Bhrigu Bindu in your third house means very important that you need to work on your communication, how you communicate to others, also to help others communicate, maybe helping those people who are not able to talk well, or stuttering or stammering, or they have a problem in their vocal cords, or people who don't have communication skills, or somebody who needs to learn a certain language to be able to contribute more and they are not being able to do that. So as simple as setting up English speaking classes for somebody, or any country that you are in, where you feel if somebody learns this language, learns this communication, gets this particular communication ability by virtue of language or communication, then it's good. It could be as simple as helping somebody to learn computers, helping somebody to frame an email. So communication is the backdrop to the third house, helping others whether they are medically unfit or educationally unfit, or they don't have a skill set to be able to communicate because they don't know computers. So the focus is more about communication. The other is about marketing and branding, which means, and third house is also about neighborhood. So helping in the neighborhood, serving in the neighborhood, being a good citizen, being somebody who, if you're not able to take care of your entire city, the state or the country, at least be able to be a good citizen within your neighborhood, and market and brand some service which is helpful to others. So if you know an NGO is not able to market themselves, not able to put out their communication, attract funds, attract help, attract volunteers, help set up those communication attributes for them, help them learn something, or do a marketing, maybe a small survey for them, or put out a YouTube video, or put out an FB post for them. In some way, help somebody who's already serving others to market them and brand themselves. The fourth house is an important house for the Bhrigu Bindu, not just because it is a Kendra house, but it also means that I've also made a video on how the fourth house is very strongly denoter of moksha. Firstly, it is a moksha bhav, but also it is the 8th house to the 12th house, and 12th house is also a strong moksha bhav. And so the 4th house Bhrigu Bindu means, one, your domestic happiness and your mental peace is also connected to the Bhrigu Bindu, and if serving in the direction of the Bhrigu Bindu is a very, very important thing for you to attract that domestic happiness and your mental peace. So if you work in the direction of where your Bhrigu Bindu is in the 4th house, then to a large extent you will find that you will be more peaceful and you will be more happy also, and indirectly or directly it may also help to take one more step towards the moksha. Now 4th house is not only about your immediate family, the house that you physically make after you get married. So 4th house is an established house, 2nd house is the house you are born in. So the 4th house is about your immediate spouse, your children. If parents live with you, then if siblings live with you, then they also. So the house that you create by your own is represented by the 4th house. So here 4th house service doesn't mean serving only them. One part is definitely serving them, but it could also be that You are carrying a strong karmic debt to one of those relationships, and you need to understand that. An easy way to understand if your Bhrigu Bindu is related to serving any of this is to see if any of these relationships is where you are finding regularly challenges with. So if one relation constantly throughout your life is troubling you, if it's the relationship with the mother, or it's a relationship with the spouse, or relationship with sibling, then your Bhrigu Bindu can be connected to the karmic debts that you are carrying, apart from serving in the direction of what the fourth house manifests. So fourth house is also about the house, the roof, creating a roof over somebody's head who themselves are not able to create the roof is a very strong component of Bhrigu Bindu in the fourth house. Helping somebody with some money to repair their house is a smaller part of manifesting that. Helping somebody lead a slightly more decent life by helping in giving some things at the household where their Grihastha Ashrama is led better is also related to the fourth house. We have also talked about in various videos that the Grihastha Ashrama is one of the most important ashramas for your onward journey towards moksha. Without going through all the experiences of the Grihastha Ashrama, which has various variety of challenges and issues, you truly can't go on your onward journey towards moksha. The reason being is that the Grihastha Ashrama, which the fourth house largely represents, apart from the seventh house, is about taking care of the responsibilities and the needs and the emotions and the upheavals of so many people related to the fourth house. And so it is not an easy thing. The Grihastha Ashrama is one of the most challenging ashramas to live your life through. So your Bhrigu Bindu in the fourth house could mean that various things that you face in your domestic life, being able to counter all of them, yet be somebody who is happy and who is morally right and who doesn't bat an eyelid before you serve those relationships is important. However, the larger context of the Bhrigu Bindu is helping others set up their domestic life, helping others lead a more comfortable life, helping others have a roof over their head, and maybe to a small extent it is also connected to helping somebody establish their home. So if you find somebody not able to get married because of some challenges, sometimes somebody who is physically not doing well and or handicapped, because of which they can't find in a spouse and they can't establish their home, helping others establish their home is also a step in that direction. The seventh house is more about repairing of relationships and keeping the relationships intact. Helping the relationship come about is what the fourth house represents, and to manage and stabilize that. The fifth house is about 3 or 4 very important things. One, it is the 8th house to the 10th house. So a lot of upheavals in your career, in your work, can be seen through the 5th house. The 5th house is also the house of power and influence and education, performing in front of large audiences, children, risks that you take, speculative investments that you do. All that is related to the 5th house. So working in the direction any of these, for example, helping somebody who is going through challenges in their work or career. Somebody is regularly losing their job, helping them get a job or helping them get some skills. If somebody is not able to get a job because of a small certification they need to do, because the 5th house is also the house of education. So giving somebody some fees so that they can get certified, so that they can get a regular job, so that they come across as qualified, is one component of the 5th house Bhrigu Bindu. It is also about serving children, not only your own children, but serving children through an orphanage. Donating money to an orphanage so that the children could be educated. Then you are bringing both the components of the 5th house together, education and serving the children. 5th house is also the house of upheavals in the job. So you facing upheavals, you facing the challenges in the job, yet keeping ethical demeanor, ethical values, not fudging data, not putting wrong things across, and not manipulating your way in the job is also related to the 5th house Bhrigu Bindu. The 6th house is about service, very strong component of service, very strong Virgo energies. And it is also a house of sickness. It is also the house of serving others, whatever they may be, whether they are from the human fraternity or maybe the animal fraternity. So helping animals, helping people. It is also the house of facing challenges from others, even people who work behind your back. So you may face a life of challenges, people working behind your back, yet not turning around and trying to stab somebody else also in the back, helping an organization which helps animals or takes care of animals, maybe the Blue Cross, maybe pizza, whatever may come to your mind, whatever you can contribute to, whether through money or through service. The larger component is not money, but actually involving yourself, giving time to that effort rather than just money alone. And it is also about serving the sick. So helping somebody get medicines, helping somebody or helping an institution which helps the sick, who pay the fees of the people who are sick, working in that direction, or picking up one disease, maybe to those who are afflicted with cancer, or maybe those who are afflicted with tuberculosis, helping in that one direction or in generic ways is what the sixth house is also about. The seventh house, as I said earlier, is about relationships and bringing together relationship. It is not only about having a regular relationship, in a committed relationship, which is a man-woman relationship, or a relationship, even if you look at gay rights and others, even if that relationship, it is not only about that. It is about being true in the relationship. It is about understanding what are the rights of each other, what is the space about each other, and working and ensuring and addressing those issues within you which you feel can be a challenge to sustain the relationship. We find many excuses to let go of a relationship, and today we have more excuses than earlier. And today at the drop of a hat we find couples breaking up, not speaking to each other, personality issues coming into the picture, ego issues coming into the picture, or more materialistic pursuits coming into the picture. So shedding that particular baggage of your needs, your desires, your want, and thinking of what our goal is, what our path is more important. This is not only important in a relationship but also in a team. If you're working in a team, in an organization, so what is required for the department, what is required for the team, rather than for yourself. And in business, if you have a business partnership, then what is good both for the partner and you, and not what I want, and after I get what I want, then I let my partner take, the business partner take. This is not a right approach to the seventh house, and it's not only about relationship but also rights of the partner, of the team, of the business partner, and in general anybody and everybody. Seventh house is also about dealing with other people on a day-to-day basis. It is the house opposite the Lagna. If you are the Lagna, then everybody else that you face on a day-to-day basis represent the seventh house. So on a day-to-day basis, keeping in mind that everybody has a right, everybody has their own needs, everybody has their own desires, and so always being able to do justice to both sides, you and others, is what it means. So in business, not looking at only what you want, your company wants, your profits, but are you really serving in the direction of others, having a product which helps others, having a service which helps others, and also ensuring that your partner is not cheated, is what the seventh house energies is about. The eighth house is about upheavals, obstacles, and transformation. So many times the Bhrigu Bindu in the eighth house will also mean that you go through a lot of transformations yourself, and through that you shed the karmic debt and you help the soul elevate. But the eighth house is also about helping others who themselves face obstacles, upheavals. That's why the eighth house is also about other people's money. So helping others gain, helping others earn, helping others help maybe save their taxes, helping others in auditing, so that if an organization can be helped, whether they are doing their jobs better, whether they are following the processes better, and helping all those people who may be going through upheaval themselves. Somebody faces a fire incident, loses their home, somebody goes through an accident, needs a surgery, somebody needs an organ transplant, somebody needs a surgery for kidney stone or something like that, where they are not immediately able to face these sudden upheaval in their life, is what the eighth house is all about. Eighth house is also about other people's money. So helping others earn money, helping others save their money, helping others use their money well, and not cheating somebody of their money, not putting your eyes on somebody else's money, is also about the eighth house. Eighth house is also about a lot of mysticism and mysteriousness. So many times it could also mean that you go through sudden upheavals and you just don't understand how to handle and tackle them. So being more patient, accepting, and being more submissive to the will of the Lord without getting anxious, without getting into depression, without wanting to give up, is about the eighth house. The ninth house is a very important and karmic placement, because here it is also about the prarabdha karma that you are carrying. So the Bhrigu Bindu is about the prarabdha karma for this life, and hence a Bhrigu Bindu in the 9th house is a very, very special placement there. And the 9th house is also about father. It is also about your gurus. It is also about long distance learning. It is also about long distance travel. It is also about dealing with people from other cultures. But it has Sagittarius energies, which I have also said sometime earlier in this video. It is also about being adventurous. It is also about being more fun loving. It is also about working beyond the boundaries. But it is also the house of faith and belief. So most important is to keep your faith and belief, respecting all the people who are in authority, especially father and gurus, your teachers, learning as much and crediting your teachers, doing something for educational institutions of higher learning, maybe setting up, if you have enough money, a scholarship for higher learning for people who truly deserve that, setting up something for gurus, those people who after their jobs are over, they are not able to use their learning, they are not able to sustain for themselves, doing something for the gurus, or using your gurus to set up some organization for even higher learning, respecting the father, seeking blessings of the father, and helping people from other cultures. If there are people who have come from some other country to your country and they are in trouble, they are in a spot of bother, maybe reaching to the consulate and saying, I am ready to help here, I am ready to serve. If somebody is caught up, they are not able to pay for their tickets back, I will help them, or I will help them if they get into legal troubles, for example. So that is also about the 9th house. Also learning a language, because the 9th house also gets connected to being the opposite house to the 3rd house, which is communication. So learning the opposite communication means learning a foreign language and using that foreign language to work beyond your boundaries. It's also about that. Also helping people in long distance travel. So if you're traveling to some place and you find somebody who's poor there, or somebody comes to your state or to your city even for a few days, helping them if possible, is what the 9th house represents. The 10th house is the house of Saturn energies, the karmic equalizer. So to that extent, it is a very, very important placement for the Bhrigu Bindu, which means your entire life, your entire career should be dedicated to where your Bhrigu Bindu lies. So identifying what your Bhrigu Bindu represents in the 10th house, which area it is pointing towards, and where the 10th Lord is being placed. So that is a very strong connection where you can work, and then it is a very helpful thing that because you are adding good karma all your life, because you are working in the direction of your Bhrigu Bindu. So say for example, your Bhrigu Bindu is in the 10th house, but the 10th Lord gets placed in the 4th house. Then you help in somebody in real estate, you help people get a land, you help people construct a house, or you work in a real estate company which builds houses for somebody else, or you work in a company which helps in the material which is used to make houses, or you help in home decor, or you help somebody set up their own homes through financing or macro financing. So all that through which you set up a home, or help somebody repair their homes. If somebody lost their home due to floods, due to fire, then you reach out to an organization which helps. And so you dedicate your entire life, or at least the career part of your life, to the area of the Bhrigu Bindu, is what the 10th house represents. The 11th house is all about societal connections. It is all about the general society. It has the Aquarius energies. Aquarius energy is about looking at the larger questions and the challenges of the society rather than yourself. 11th house is also about working in large organizations rather than small organizations. 11th house is also about societal challenges, societal problems which the world faces. So here it's not about you at all. It is not about your family. It is not about your immediate friends or your children. It is about the larger social network. So helping in the direction of larger social problems, whether the problem is of the environment, whether it's the problem of laws and rules and regulations, or business policies or the government policies. So general society challenges, or in the hygiene, in the cleanliness, or eating habits of people, whatever you can work towards picking that attribute and running with that, and to help and contribute there, is what the 11th house represents. Many people who are very strong 11th houses, you will find these people holding these placards, either for PETA, or for children rights, or for gay rights, or for the Paris Agreement, or for helping the environment, or for water. So these are the people who will always be at the forefront of societal problem, larger problems at a maybe at the global level, if not at the city level. So you identifying your Bhrigu Bindu in that direction and working towards that is what the 11th house represents. And now, not the last, of course the last but not the least, is what the 12th house energies are. Bhrigu Bindu in the 12th house means that if you are able to really work towards the energies of the 12th house, then it is one shot at your moksha. So that one shot is given to you, one opportunity is given to you. Of course, many other things you need to manifest before you have a stronger shot at moksha, because where your Ketu is placed, where your Lagna Lord is placed, where is the Lord of the Bhrigu Bhav, the 6th house, where it is placed, that is the house of service. All these will tell you whether you have a strong shot at moksha or not. However, the 12th house is all about those people who are being left out of society, people who are alone, who are maybe in hospitals, who are in jails, who can't afford legal fees, people who can't afford their hospital expenditures, people who can't afford to make the reports, the blood reports or some report, and they are sitting outside hospitals because they can't afford those fees and the reports. Helping there, attaching yourself to a hospital and saying, I will maybe take up one patient's fees, who is the poorest of the poor, maybe making a health scholarship and offering 10,000 rupees maybe to hospital. But a better service is to dedicate some time as a volunteer to some healthcare organization or maybe to a clinic. Also to people who may be lodged in jails for not want of being able to pay their their parole fees or the fees of bails. They are languishing in jail. Sometimes the poorest of the poor. Many times even the cases are not very strong. So find a help either through such people or through people who are in hospitals or can't afford fees. The other thing is the spiritual dimension of the 12th house. So the 12th house is about submitting to the will of the Lord, not being frustrated to your existence. You may face upheavals and challenges in life, but rather than chasing a materialistic perspective, always be chasing or following a spiritual perspective, always accepting with gratitude what the Lord has given to you. That is your Bhrigu Bindu, to being spiritual and being accepting. The 12th house is also the house of waste and excess. So face the losses, face the waste that comes in your life through a misdirected job, through a misdirected investment, through a misdirected relationship, but still face that with a smile on your face and being submissive to the will of the Lord, and through that elevating your soul. So friend, this is about the Bhrigu Bindu in all the 12 houses. This is just a snapshot, as I said earlier. I will make a detailed video maybe later on each of the houses, how it manifests, what the nakshatras are also about. Now a few points about the nakshatras before we close this video. Basis what nakshatra your Bhrigu Bindu lies in, there is a stronger demeanor to that, a stronger meaning to that. Say for example, if it is the Mula nakshatra, the 19th nakshatra out of the 27, Mula is to get to the root of the challenges. Mula is also about rising from the ashes like a phoenix. Mula is also about losing everything yet being able to come out of it. So helping such people who are down and out, helping them rise like a phoenix is what a Mula is. To get to the bottom of the challenge. If somebody is facing a problem, just not pay money of their fees, but right now get to the bottom and understand why that person is facing a problem. Sometimes it could also be because of addictions, which also gets related to the 12th house Bhrigu Bindu and the 8th house Bhrigu Bindu. And if that is the issue, then getting down to the bottom, and rather than paying money, helping the person come out of the addiction, for example. If it's the Magha nakshatra, it is about leadership. It's about you taking the first step forward to volunteer, to help others. If it is about the Bharani nakshatra, then being very, very careful how you deal with the opposite gender, being very respectful towards them, and also being of more service to the opposite gender rather than to your gender. If it's about the Ashwini nakshatra, then it is also about the Ketu services or Ketu related services, because Ketu rules Ashwini, and Ketu is about giving up yourself for others, living for other people's causes. If it is the Satabhisha nakshatra, Satabhisha is about healing services. It is about having the energy of 100 healers. So Satabhisha is about healing, serving others. So if it's the 6th house and Satabhisha, it's about serving others through, it could be as simple as helping people through a hair cutting salon ceremony or any other hygiene a related thing that you can do for others, but it's about healing at a domestic level. That means at a very, very rudimentary level, but at a higher level it could also be spiritual healing if Satyabhisha gets related to the 12th house. So that's how you relate nakshatras, the lord of the house, the houses itself, to where your Bhrigu Bindu is. So keep that in mind and you take it forward, and please look forward to my detailed videos coming for each house later. But till such a time, look into your own horoscope, try and understand what your Bhrigu Bindu is, where it lies, where it is pointing towards, and if not earlier, please start working toward manifesting that Bhrigu Bindu today. Friends, like this video, please share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Till some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.